Today I've got a little bit of Microsoft Flight Simulator news for you guys, including some news about the freeware Synaptic simulations A220, the payware IndiaFoxtTecho F35 Lightning II, and a new aircraft that's being worked on, the MTN Fly simulations, Learjet 35, a freeware business jet, very early work in progress. Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud, hello here from the webcam. I hope you're doing well. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you're new around here, it does really help me out. Also, feel free to check out my charity fundraiser in the description. And if you want to win some awesome Microsoft Flight Simulator goodies, enter my giveaway right at the top there. Without further delay, let's get right into this news. So we'll start off with the F35. Now IndiaFoxtTecho have been working on this for ages. They've been keeping us up to date with plenty of screenshots. Some aircraft they've produced that you might already know include the Aeromachi MB339er and the T45C Goshawk. Now this F35 is no exception to the awesome quality they produce. It's now entered its beta stage, and if you go on the Discord, I think it's still open. You can apply to be in their beta and work around with this aircraft. Now personally for me, I don't get involved with betas all too often because it can be quite difficult as a content creator. You get people asking you to show stuff off, I'm sure you can imagine how it's like, so I'll wait until this aircraft is released, and I will be buying it, and I won't be crashing it off an aircraft carrier like the Royal Navy did recently. But anyway, it does look absolutely marvellous. It does carry weapons. I imagine the one on the marketplace will not carry weapons if it does come there. But they won't fire, sadly, but they look the part. The cockpit is absolutely impressive. Of course, the F-35, being a really modern VTOL aircraft, has a really futuristic cockpit. It's basically all one big screen. It'll be interesting to see how they integrate what is basically a computer in the helmet. That's what's going to excite me, how all those realistic avionics and electronics are going to come into play. They have showcased some VTOL action before of it departing from an aircraft carrier. Certainly interesting to see how they work around the default Asobo flight model. But I'm sure we'll get some beta footage coming through soon, and I'm sure it will be very impressive. For all of those on Xbox, it is coming there, so yay, another aircraft you'll be getting your hands on. What's not to love? At the moment, it's looking very impressive and certainly very promising. I would also like to confirm, as I said earlier, IndiaFoxtTecho plans to release two versions. One for the marketplace with no weapons, and a fully featured version for other third-party vendors such as I imagine Just Flight Sim Market, those kind of people with cosmetic weaponry. As I said earlier, the B variant is VTOL capable, which means it can take off vertically. The A variant, I believe, is the conventional takeoff and landing one, which means it needs a normal runway. And the C variant uses a catapult. Pretty cool stuff. Moving on to a freeware aircraft before we move on to the A220, MTN Fly, which I believe is pronounced Mountain Fly simulations, are working on a freeware Learjet 35. Of course, slightly more older business jet than we're used to in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but seeing as it is a very rare breed in the simulator even over a year later, I'm sure it will be welcome. Now, it was originally developed, or was originally being developed, for Flight Simulator X. But you guessed it, it's coming over to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Still very early days, but what makes me smile is that it's got an analog cockpit. I do love them, they've always got a very special place in my heart. Seeing as I'm training on one, it's always very fun to use it, but of course digital, or glass cockpit I should say, is genuinely the way now. They plan on it being fully functional, right down to the circuit breakers, and you can see more on their Discord, which I've kindly linked in the description. I'll be keeping a close eye on this one. It is still very much work in progress, but promising nonetheless. And I think the developer has got a lot of passion here from what I've seen already, especially since the fact he was originally working on it for Flight Simulator X. He's now moved over, and of course it's freeware as far as we know. Finally, Synaptic Simulations are very much progressing on their freeware A220. They recently released a development update live stream showing off some of the features on a live. And my goodness, is it impressive. The only thing I need to show you about the avionics is this photo. I took it from the live stream. I put a link in the description. I want you guys to watch it. It is an hour, 40 minutes long, and I'll be lying if I said I've watched it all. I haven't. There's a Q&A at the start, and then they delve right into some of the features. But I want you guys to go watch it. Just go skip to the middle bit and listen to what they say. It is mighty impressive. The avionics are already very well done. Of course, texturing and modelling isn't 100% there yet. In fact, we've got very little textures implemented, but I've got to be honest, the systems are always the hardest part, and they're progressing so well with this that I think this will certainly be coming out. I have full confidence in this project. The FMS is really well done. I can imagine it's taken so much time. The FMS, as I said, is incredibly impressive, and the screen connected to it, I mean, it is just simply fantastic navigation display, although I'm not too sure what you call it in the A220, because they've kind of done that weird thing where it's all moulded into one screen, as opposed to split screens for your primary flight display and navigation display. Of course, you've got that very helpful radio panel, which is right on the top section, basically where your kind of autopilot panel is on your generic 737 or A320. Of course, that does a really good job for pilots because it means they have to look forward, they don't have to look down into the centre pedestal to change their radio communications. Really good job. But regardless, Synaptic Simulations and their 4 developers who are speaking on this stream, they're Ashley, Hash, Mike and Sparky. Of course, they've got real names, that's just their online names. They do a really good job at delving into it, and my goodness, it's looking very professional. There's also a website and a Twitter you can check out, but to get the best information, I recommend you join their Discord. They haven't only left it at that, they've also given us some screenshots directly from that stream. It includes some external shots, close up to the engine, under the flaps and spoilers, and a bit inside the cockpit. Modelling is bang on. A few textures have been applied, but of course, I hope they just get systems out of the way first, frankly. That's what they seem to be doing, and I think it's a good strategy. Most development teams fail at the part where they have to implement systems, and these guys are doing it very well, so I've got full confidence here. It's absolutely mind-blowing, and remember, it's free. Go show your support. They really do deserve it. But there we go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Also, what do you think about the web camera? I'm only going to really use it when I'm talking directly to you guys. It's pretty cool. I've also got some new lights set up. A bit more of a streaming setup. It might be a bit too white, so I might sort that out after, but there we go. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. That's clicking the little red button down there. It really does help me out. Also, feel free to check out my merch store. You'll be able to get 15% off tomorrow on the 2nd of August using a code which I've pinned in the comments. That's only for tomorrow. It's an exclusive sale on Teespring, but there we go. I've also got a charity fundraiser down below which I'd love you guys to check out, but most of all, if you want to win some awesome flight simulation prizes, I'm running a giveaway, including a TCA side stick, a model aeroplane, a few merch items, and plenty of Flight Sim gift cards. Plenty of prizes to win, but there we have it. I'll see you around. Bye bye.